Welcome to an overview on the Configuration Manager utility of the XDM server. In this video, you will get familiar with the graphical interface of the Configuration Manager. This will include functionality and data entry, the workflow capabilities, as well as the embedded help that supports this utility. We start with the structure. At the top, you have the pull-down menu. We will review all the pull-down menu options later on. Below the menu, this is the Actions bar. The Actions bar will provide information about the last utility action that was executed on the XDM server, and based on the status, it might even suggest some additional actions to be done. On the left, you have the Workflow tool that will dynamically change based on your target strategy. The center of the screen is the primary working area of the GUI, and which in most cases requires some data entry from you, while also providing some checks to validate the data and verify its correctness. On the right, you will find questions and answers. Those will automatically change according to the subject of the form that you are working on, so that you can learn more about the related topic. Underneath, you will find links to the relevant chapters in the user's guide, as well as links to relevant YouTube videos within Mentor Graphics channel. This is a typical form within the working area. Some fields are mandatory, some are optional and can be removed. Most fields will have a default value assigned, which you can also restore. You will get an indication about missing data that you must provide, or an indication about modified data that is not yet saved. Once saved, an indication about server update will appear. A balloon tooltip pop-up will provide additional information about the field, while for some of the fields you have to execute the check button to run validation on the data entry. If you need to know more about a topic, please use the questions on the right. You can also click to open the relevant chapter of the user's guide or even watch a video. Once you're done with the modification, click Save or Undo Changes to revert all modifications. Workflows are here to help guide you step by step on how to successfully accomplish the strategy chosen. For example, deployment of an XDM server, or restoring an XDM server. Each step describes a task that you will need to do. And once you finish the task, you should click Next to go to the next step. If for some reason you need to go back to a previous step, this is possible. Just click on the step or click on the last step visited to continue from there. Please pay attention that once the XDM server is already deployed, you will get a list of available post-deployment strategy workflows to choose from rather than selecting the strategy if the XDM server is not yet deployed. Let's review other options on the menu. Under File, you have the option to export configuration of the XDM server and/or any of the product services that was installed. If you choose either pending or active configuration to be exported, and if you would like the exported files to be decrypted. Once you have an exported configuration file, you can use the file import configuration and import it. File reset to default will reset the configuration to default values according to your selection. And update an XML file will take an old version of the XDM server configuration file and will update it to the current version supported by the release. We also have a dedicated video for the backup and restore, so I will not cover those here. Under Actions, you have the option to undeploy the XDM server. The Logs menu gives you the option to collect the logs. This is very useful in case you need to share the XDM server log files with others to help you further investigate issues that might occur. You can launch the Configuration Manager from the shortcut that Mentor Install created. Another option is to run Config Manager from the Utilities directory. If for some reason you run it and the browser does not open, it might be because the process is already running and all you need to do is browse to it. In this video, we presented the Configuration Manager utility. We reviewed the structure of the graphical interface that includes the menu, the workflow, the main form, and the help section. We further presented the user experience, the option to check the data entered, and the friendly help that is available at your fingertips.